being a native New Yorker, did you see the New York moment that has social media up in arms
Yes. So, the hot
yesterday?
dog beer thing. The hot dog beer
Yes.
thing. Oh
Tell me.
God.
Let's tell
I
everybody about it first. So first of all, Subway Series
can't
going
you
down.
can't you show it? Don't you have the capability to show it on
Yep.
your
You want
yard
me to do it
stream?
right now? You're calling for me to show it right now,
I
huh?
think you got to show it just because it was so ridiculous.
So the my kids popped it on yesterday. My kids are big Aaron Judge fans. I know we've had the story on the program. I know you put it on the news there of Stuart Lake and his time in Charleston throwing batting practice to Aaron Judge when he was a River Dog, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
one of the reasons why I respect my wife as much as I do, she's from Connecticut, and she leans Mets over Yankees. That was a big pick for her early on in the process, a big pick for me. I very much appreciated that. But last night I was pulling for the Yankees for the first time, maybe in my life, because of just the Brave situation. All right, this is from John Boy Media. I got it pulled up here, Scotty. Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
So
This
now,
is
now we're probably getting
disturbing.
greedy. We got you on your video on the walk,
Yep.
and now I'm going to try to pull up video from Twitter as well. Well, this whole thing will probably crash within no
No,
time
I
here.
want to see this. I want to
All
see
right.
this. That's why I'm.
All right, let's see if we got it. Okay, we got it pulled up
Got it.
there. Now I'm gonna just play it in my Twitter here.
Go
Check out
full
this.
screen on the Twitter. Go full screen on the Twitter. It
All
makes it
right,
bigger.
yeah, so bossy, man. There you go. Is that helping you out? We're good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
died. All right, from
Yeah. No,
John
we're
Boy
good.
Media, just a dude sitting in the seats. Right? Was this at City Field? I'm guessing by all the Mets
Yeah.
paraphernalia here. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. It's disturbing.
okay. Yankees hat, just kind of being himself here, and then here we go.
Oh God.
What? Did you guys
I
see that?
so
All
he
right.
dug out the hot dog and then he put it in as a straw. I mean, is that what I saw correctly?
Correct. That's exactly what I saw.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I saw. First of all, I mean, first of all, who drinks beer out of a straw? I think that's the biggest
great point.
the biggest question I have there is who drinks beer out of a straw. The second question I have in this situation is what the hell is he thinking?
First of all, Scotty, I think you're being too kind on drinking beer out of a straw. I think as a male, you should not be using a straw unless you are in a travel type situation where you're just avoiding a spill. If you
I
opt for the straw at the restaurant with no lid situation, you're suspect to me. I'm
I
concerned.
will
Are you a
say this.
straw guy?
I'm not anti straw, but here's what I am. I I I I will honestly say I make a conscious decision not to go to restaurants that use the paper straws. I make a conscious decision. If there's two places and I know uses the paper straws and the other one uses plastic straws, I'm going plastic straws 10 times out of 10.
Same here to me.
I have a tremendous there's a place in town. I love the place. It's called Kairos. I think you might have one in Colombia now. It's like a Mediterranean, like Moe's sort of situation where like you go up and like pitas and you pick what you want on them like at Moe's. And I love Kairos. But there's another place called Kava that's kind of like it, but not exactly, but kind of like it. Kava goes plastic straws. Kairos goes paper straws. Kava is one more mile from my station than Kairos. I have stopped going to Kairos. I go to Kava because of the plastic straws.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! So, are you eating en route always? Why does the straw come into the equation here? Is my question.
Yeah, because I'm 95% of the time bringing it in the car and I want my drink in the car. So I want a straw, but I don't
What
want
am
to
I
get
talking about?
halfway.
I just said you never sit still. Of course, you're eating en route. Of course, you're
I,
moving when you're eating.
I do not want any. There's nothing worse than you get a nice cold drink on a hot day and then that straw starts disintegrating halfway through the drink. There's nothing worse than that. It is the worst, the absolute worst. I mean, I love the environment. I'm walking in the environment right now. Look, it's the sky, it's the trees, but I just give me a damn plastic straw. Holy shit.
I love it, Scotty. Teddy D's with you. He says, yes, the paper straws are trash. I'm with you on this one. Plastic all the way. DC says he's with me. Apparently, just pretty much anti straw. Craig goes, great point for Craig. Straw only with a milkshake. And these places that are so proud of their thick milkshakes that you can't even get into it with a straw at first, and you got to go spoon. I don't like.
Wendy's Frosty is not a milkshake.
Right.
Wendy's Frosty is an ice cream. It's ice cream.
And this is where I was going to go eventually with this, right? This is where I'd like you guys to go the next step with me. Scotty, maybe you can start us off. And since you brought that up organically, it makes a lot of sense. The only thing creatively I've done anywhere close to this, and it's not close to this, I think this is somewhere, it's either genius or it's a travesty. I'm not sure which, the hot dog straw. I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap
I
my
think that guy's just like a crackhead. He's not. I mean, he's like an anomaly. I think he's just a total anomaly of a person.
Well, clearly he's an anomaly. I mean, that's usually what they say about geniuses, Scotty, in their time, especially at the beginning. But how about the angle of that thing, the execution? I'm calling that this was a bit of a setup. Somebody came up with this. I think this was contrived. There's no way that dude was just sitting there and this just happened to happen, and they happened to get that angle on it on social media. I am very my radar is up. I'm very skeptical about this whole thing. But yes, the Wendy's Frosty, you brought it up. That's the only creative thing I've ever done with food in my whole life. You ever did dipping the fries into the Frosty back in the day?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call that a creative genius. I mean,
How dare you
it's
crush?
a pretty standard operating procedure at
I
Wendy's.
thought I was being creative. I've gotten some terrible feedback on that, like, oh, that's gross. How can you do it? Never heard of that. Okay,